Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper4Games. My name is Joseph and today on PlayStation News, Sony London announces their new game. Is Sony really looking to acquire CD Projekt Red? The Callisto protocol launch cancelled in Japan. Call of Duty Modern Warfare disc only includes 70 MB of data and more. Let's get into them. Sony London announces their new game. Tara Saunders and Stuart White, co-heads at the studio, talked in an interview with GameIndustry.biz about their upcoming fantasy game, their most ambitious to date, being built for PS5 with their own Soho engine. They said it's an online co-op combat game set in a modern fantasy London with magical elements interacting with familiar worlds. The studio has typically worked on peripheral-based games, but this time they won't be focusing on VR or AR, as the game is more traditional since they wanted to explore new avenues and set themselves on new challenges. Still, they will be using the tools and expertise from previous games like Blood and Truth. So now we know more details about another of the live service games Sony is developing. Are you interested in it? Let us know in the comments. Is Sony really looking to acquire CD Projekt Red? CD Projekt Red revealed The Witcher Remake yesterday, one of the 7 projects they announced recently. The word on the street is that PlayStation has approached CD Projekt Red for an acquisition. The company announcing 7 projects so far ahead could have several purposes like recruiting people, looking good to investors, or maybe acquisition as well. But the rumors of Sony acquiring them don't seem credible because if we have learned something about the recent acquisitions, they never leak. Didn't happen with Bungie, Bethesda, or Activision. PlayStation Lifestyle also adds the rumors come from a Twitter user that speculated similar Sony acquisitions like Square Enix, Capcom, Konami, Embracer, Crytek, Sega and Ubisoft, and none have turned out true. Do you think Sony will go after a big publisher acquisition? Sound off in the comments. In related news, after announcing The Witcher Remake, CD Projekt Red replied to a fan on Twitter asking for The Witcher 3 for PS5, which they replied will be announced soon. A UK store leaked the date to be December 9, so we should get an announcement at any point. Discord PlayStation console integration appears to have a date. Last week, a Discord leak indicated the full PlayStation integration was imminent, as the screen showed the option to join voice chats on PS5, while PS4 will only display which games you are playing. However, Insider Gaming Tom Henderson has clarified with sources and the update is still scheduled for March 8, 2023 as part of Update 7.0. It seems a mid-update 6.5 is set to launch on January 19, but that one won't include Discord integration as Henderson's sources confirmed. If these leaks turn out true and Sony sticks to the schedule, we may see firmware 7.0 beta announced around late January, given it takes about a month between that and the final release. Do you currently use Discord on PC or mobile? Let us know in the comments or vote in the poll on the community tab. The Callisto protocol launch cancelled in Japan. Striking Distance Studios' new horror game is fast approaching. They are even thinking about the sequel already, as we talked about in yesterday's video. But the studio's plans have seen a slight change. The official Japanese Twitter account for the game has announced they won't launch in the region after failing to receive a rating classification from 0. The developer would need to adjust or cut the violence in the game, which they decided against, saying it would no longer provide the experience players expect, hence the cancellation. Very unfortunate news for Japanese players, and this is not the first time it happens, as censorship in the country got worse after the 0 board was established. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 disc only includes 70 MB of data. As reported by the Twitter account Does It Play, which tracks games that can be played offline, it seems the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 disc only includes 72 MB of data on disk. Everything else must be downloaded in order to play, and it's not a small download, currently at around 100 gigs, and that's not including Warzone 2. Such a hefty download size will have impacts on data caps and energy costs, and a waste of resources given less than 1% of the disk storage is being used. Plus the single player campaign is not playable off the disk. Activision has not commented on the issue, but hoping they clarify this soon. In related news, football operators Neymar and Pogba have leaked, as it was reported by Insider Gaming earlier this month. Lionel Messi is also joining them in what seems to be a World Cup crossover with the FPS game. A round of quickfire game news. Let's start with several trailers released today. A new trailer for God of War Ragnarok hypes up the launch of the game this November 9, is mostly a remix of both the recent State of Play trailer and last year's PlayStation Showcase trailer. Supermassive Games released a new trailer for the Dark Pictures The Devil in Me, centered on the killer and how he will be one step ahead of the guys you will play as. with different traps around the hotel. It launches this November 18 for PS4 and PS5. Another trailer was from Square Enix for Forspoken, showcasing Frey's parkour skills such as rush, scale, and zip that allow her to traverse the world faster and get out of enemy attacks. The game launches on January 24, 2023 for PS5. You can find all those trailers in the links below. Team Ninja announced the Nioh franchise has surpassed 7 million units shipped worldwide, thanking everyone who supported the game since its release. Nioh 2 will be part of PlayStation Plus from November 1st to December 5th. Capcom also shared some sales milestones this week, with the Resident Evil series topping 131 million units sold, Resident Evil 2 Remake has surpassed 10 million copies sold, Resident Evil 7 crossed the 11 million mark, and Resident Evil Village is at 6.4 million units sold. Ubisoft reported sales as well, with Assassin's Creed Valhalla reaching 20 million players since its launch in November 2020. That's players reached and not sales, since the game is on several game services. Rainbow Six Siege also performed great, reaching 85 million unique players. WB Games Montreal announced on Twitter they're working on improving performance for Gotham Knights on consoles, with a patch coming before the end of the week, likely today. This only fixes current issues with performance, so don't expect a 60 FPS mode or anything like that. And those are our PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on the Sony London project? And what about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare disc being useless? Share your thoughts on any of the news below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!